Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker down here at Baxter Cycle, the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa, and look what we have out today. This is actually a customer bike. Significance of this is this fellow came down and bought a Himalayan a while back, lives in Minneapolis, and came back for some service work. Ended up buying himself this a day ago, and he's put 300 miles on it already, and he's had the 300, 400, something like that, and he's now had the first service done on it. He's from Minnesota somewhere, maybe Minneapolis, and he loved his Himalayan so much, like I said, he came down and bought this hot rod. He got the right color. I'm a sucker for red, so there it is. But just a beautiful machine. So it's a Royal Enfield Continental GT 650. These have got a 648cc single overhead cam, 4 valve per cylinder, air-cooled, oil-cooled engine, parallel twin right there. Just a beautiful thing, of course. I just love these things. If you look at the classic Interceptors, this looks very similar right here. It's got the beautiful 6-speed transmission. This transmission and this engine work they're symbiotic. They just work so well together. I'm going to say it again, the best combination, engine-transmission combination out there. I just love the way they work. You know, the engine produces 39 foot-pounds of torque. That's 53 newton meters, but it produces about 80% of that or 90% of that right about 2,000, 2,500 RPM. So there's plenty of torque all the time. You always feel like you're in the right gear with this hot rod. Just a beautiful machine, beautiful machine. It's got 18-inch tires front and rear, so that's kind of got a neat little balance to it. They are 190 18s on the front and a 130/70 18 on the rear. Spoked wheels, isn't that beautiful? I love the look of spokes. And I think that's an aluminum wheel for lighter weight. Fork boots, it's a 41 millimeter fork. I believe the travel is 4.3 inches on the front. That's 110 millimeters. The rear has twin shocks and about 3.5 inches of travel, and that's about 89 millimeters. Just a gorgeous looking thing, isn't it? These bikes are ripe for modification too. There's just so much you can do with this. A 320 millimeter floating disc on the front with a dual piston Vibri, anti-lock brake, of course. I love the way that looks. And on the back, it's a 240 millimeter single piston fixed disc. Plenty of braking on these things. Wheelbase on these hot rods, 55.1 inches. That's about 1,400 millimeters. I love any bike with a 55 in the wheelbase. And the seat height, stock form, about 31.7 inches. That's 805 millimeters. Now he's got this little add-on there. What's that called? Y'all read that? I don't know much about these. I'll have to ask about that. Wet weight on this hot rod is supposed to be about 445 pounds. It's 202 kilograms. And fuel capacity, 3.6 gallons, 13.6 liters. And like I said, just a good looking tank. You know, that's very reminiscent of the classic GTs of old. So let's jump up here and take a look at this stuff. Clutch lever, flash to pass light, high-lows, blinkers, horn. Over on this side, kill switch, run switch, and the start switch. Throttle right there. I love this look right here. This is a classic type bike, you know. So it's got these analog gauges with a little bit of LED down here. So LED fuel gauge down here, trip meter A and B, and the odometer. Analog speedometer, analog tachometer. I love the way that looks. It's just a classic thing. And then you throw in these clip-on bars and, you know, this beautiful triple tree top with this little RE in the assemblage right there. Just a gorgeous looking thing. If this was my bike, well, I'd have a lot of fun with it. I'd look at a set of pipes, maybe a Tech 2-in-1, or actually what I really like on these are the AEW aluminum canisters, because they make them in chrome too, so maybe that'd be the way to go. Other good options are the SNS or actually the Zards. The Zards are absolutely gorgeous. Very good looking motorcycle. Very good looking motorcycle. Hey, if you are interested in something like this, a new or used Royal Enfield, Triumph, or classic British bike of any type, get yourself down here to Baxter Cycle. Go to baxtercycle.com. Those guys can help you out. Ask for Randy, Mark, or Jeremy. Tell them Fuzzy Biker sent you. Now get out there and ride, my friends. Wahoo! Now this is their wall of sound right here. Zard, Leo Vince, SNS, Diablo. I think these are all AEW pipes here. Isn't that just amazing? These are all pipes that you need for your bike. Just gorgeous selection. Just a little view of the shop here. T-shirts, stuff up there, all kinds of gear, Royal Enfield shirts.